Hey, it's Under over here. This is my review of the Lumenier RaceBlade. This is the 5-inch version. I picked it up almost right after they came out. I think it was the day they became available. I'm coming from Zool Super Beast, and while I did really like that frame, it has a lot of features. It's really strong. It was just too heavy for my liking. Especially considering I fly with a GoPro and I'm flying with 1500 4 cells. It was just a little on the heavy side, and I wanted to see what the whole true X configuration was all about, so I decided to pick this up. I've been flying it ever since. I probably got 40 or 50 flights on it now, I think. And it's definitely been wrecked a handful of times. When it came out, it shipped with aluminum hardware, and while that was really light, it had some weaknesses. I sheared almost every single one of those aluminum bolts in 2 crashes. I had one crash shear all of the bolts of the arms off completely. And it seemed like the weak spot was right at the button head. There just wasn't enough material between where the Allen key goes in and the rest of the screw. But Get FPV had realized that pretty early on, and they shipped me a free set of steel replacements, and those have been working great now. Haven't had any issues with those. There's also another weak spot on this frame. There's 2 cutouts on the bottom plate in front of and behind the arms, and the way the arms are mounted, there's not very much material in the bottom plate where a lot of stress is placed, so this has been causing cracking on not only my frame but a handful of other people's frames as well. Lumenier has addressed this issue, and they are supposedly coming out with a reinforced bottom plate that has those 2 cutouts removed, and they're also coming out with another piece of material that I think goes on the bottom of the arms. I'm not very sure on that. I do have a small crack on the top plate of mine as well from my GoPro, and that was a pretty hard crash. So I mean, I don't really blame it, but so far I haven't had any issues with it. It flies great. It has just enough room for everything. I'm using a bigger receiver than I really should be, but I just got in the X4R, so I'll be swapping those out. You may have some troubles if you're using a bigger, like, immersion 600 milliwatt transmitter. It's going to be pretty big in here, but there's just enough room to fit everything. What I'm running on this frame is ready-made RC Dodo flight controller, and it's running Betaflight version 2.3.4. I have Little Bee 20-amp ESCs, and those are powering these Emax RS 2205 2300 kV motors. These are Gemfan 5x5x3s. I am flying Runcam PZ0420M and ready-made RC 600 milliwatt Cricket video transmitter, and currently I have a Delta 8 Frsky transmitter on here, but I have the X4R. I just haven't put it on yet. I'm using the stock power distribution board with the 12-volt step down, and that powers my camera, video, and the LED. And then I fly with a GoPro all the time. I haven't had any issues with anything, and I mean, this thing carries a GoPro so well. It's almost like it's not even there. It's got so much power, and I love it. If you're thinking about picking this frame up, I would say go for it. It's got a lot of features. It's at a good price point. It's really light. Get FPV has great customer support. I really don't think you can go wrong. So enough about this frame. Let's finish off with some flight footage.